Hey, today I'm talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, the new Marvel film. If you're unfamiliar about how I talk about Marvel movies, I'm under the assumption that you've already made up your mind about the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's been over a decade. They're the most popular franchise. They make $1 bajillion every single time. I'm not going to convince you whether or not to see something. So this review isn't really a review. It's more so me just talking about all the things that I love about it because I'm just a big old Marvel fanboy. Though I will first say that I am very flummoxed why this has such a terrible score. Like, that critic score makes no sense to me. I guess I can see the things that people are complaining about with the movie, and even compiling them all together, I don't think it should be a Rotten Tomatoes score. Like, how? That's so bad. What? So, if you haven't seen the movie, I will say, I think it's worth checking out. It's a lot of fun. Like, it's better than that. I don't understand that. So give it a shot, please. Okay, now spoilers. What did I love about this movie? I loved how weird it was. It was unafraid to be just the absolute weirdest, and I loved that. And like, it was so beautiful in its weirdness too. Like, the colors just popped. The characters were just so strange and they were great. I loved the weird little blob guy who got obsessed with holes. That was fun. And just like the whole quantum realm was just super weird and strange, and I loved every little thing about it. Like, the houses are ships and they're alive. That's great. And it was so much fun. I loved Cassie. I loved the actress from previous films, but then I'm also a big fan of the character in general. Like, I've read a lot of her comics, and just in the other films, I really loved Scott and Cassie's dynamic. I think that's a lot of fun, and that's where a lot of the heart is. And so I think that was a good idea to focus on that for this film. Scott was great as always. Paul Rudd, he's hilarious. I loved MODOK. Thought that was such a clever idea of how to get like this ridiculous shaped man to exist in the world. That was just a lot of fun. And his whole story was just great. I of course loved Jonathan Majors as Kang. That was just terrific. Like, I loved his one episode of Loki, and this is just like another step up, and it was so much fun. I loved all of the antness of it, just like the scene where Scott basically became a colony of ants, and that's how they did the thing, or also just the fact that ants came in to save the day. Yeah, no, I just really love this film. It was a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And now for my ranking. I put this at number 1 in the really like section, and this is out of a total of 6 new movies so far this year.